Hi, this is Elena Gale and Elena Gale's channel, and I'd like you to know a few things. Number one, I fixed my life myself. I finally got fed up because nobody was coming around and nobody was around to help. So I put this lamp, I guess you call it, LED lamp, that I got for $2.49, and I bought one a lot smaller than that for $20 one day. But anyway, I got it here. It's huge. I guess you can see it. Look at the size of that thing. All those lights. I haven't got it on right now and it's bright. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? $2.49. Well, thank God for that. I could see behind and underneath the computer table that I have. A console, I guess you call it. Looks like a big armoire, really. But it's not. It's a computer table. And I fixed the light. I took it, unplugged it, and it was hard to find out which plug was the lamp. So I did find out eventually, and I unplugged it, and I said, now how am I going to get it plugged in the wall, because the computer table is right almost up against the wall. Just enough room to clean with a mop, one of those dust mops, you know. And so anyway, I did get it plugged in. I go down on my hands and knees, and I went underneath the computer in the cubby hole here, and finally plugged it in. And then I got it up, I put it down on the table, and I went about my business. And it still flickered, and I couldn't understand it, because it wasn't hitting any wires other than it went alone into the wall. I found out the bulb was loose. Yeah, all that work and the bulb was loose. I could have just twisted the bulb a little bit, but I guess I'm just not educated on bulbs and lamps and things like that. So anyway, the lamp is fixed, and I'm here, and I know you want me to talk about bullies, but I think I talked enough about bullies. Now I want to talk about the children that they're bullying. I want them to be helped through my videos, and I try to get them and their parents both to speak out. And I understand they have Parents Against Bullying. I noticed when I was glancing around, and they have survivors of bullies, which I am, and things like that. So that's wonderful that a group of people are doing that. But we need more. We need enough people, and I'm sure there's enough people that are being bullied, and I'm sure that I'm surprised that it's wide open now. Everybody's talking about it. Well, I never did. I waited 60 years to talk about it. 64 years to be exact. Kept it to myself because I didn't realize, I just thought it was supposed to be that way, I guess. And because it was happening every single day, and I didn't know any better. At 4 1/2, how much do you know? You understand? So when the time I have good spirit, you know. I took it, and uh, as much as I tear up every now and then, basically I put it behind me. But I brought it up because of the suicides, the recent suicides, 2 to 3 that I know of, and a murder or two that I've heard of, which is just terrible. Um, and one of the cases, can't mention any names, one of the cases, the jury didn't think that the child should be harshly treated after he bullied and shot the guy in the back of the head, execution style. Well, I'm sorry. You don't realize they don't think that's a hate crime? Um, well, anyway, they're I just don't understand why are they so afraid? I guess they're so afraid to reprimand bullies, including some government officials, are so afraid to reprimand bullies because they were bullies themselves. All my bullies are in their 70s right now, if not dead, and they were quite a little bit older than myself. So a lot of them could be dead, you know, and I don't know how any of them turned out, and I don't care, other than I hope they didn't hurt anybody else. And I'm not glad it happened to me, but I'm glad they were leaving somebody else alone. So, therefore, I had to suffer and give up my life, almost, many times. I tried to do away with myself because I had no help and no answers, and that's what the children do, you know, no matter what. They were afraid to tell you certain things, and you need to tell the kids, come to me any time at all, day or night, and please, we've got to stop it, no matter what. And there's only one way to stop it, and that's not to give these kids anything but assault charges, and warn them. Okay, let them know ahead of time. If you do this, you know, there's consequences, and not the consequences that you'll be in detention for 2 weeks, but consequences that you're going to be tried as an adult for hurting somebody like that, and you're going to be charged with pedophilia and sexual assault, at least, if not pedophilia. I don't know exactly what a pedophile is, unless I think they're older people, you know, because I'm not that educated. And whose fault is that? You know whose fault that is. Those bullies. So, a lot of the kids have to leave school. They change schools. They try to change schools, and it happens again and again and again and again. So they think it's something wrong with me. I can't go anywhere without these people all of a sudden coming up and killing me or trying to kill me. Well, I'll tell you, I got pictures on Facebook, and one of my pictures, I was 16 years old, and I was in a white satin dress. I had pearls around my neck, a few strands of them, and there were heels and everything, and I was out, and I was celebrating Halloween. I was 16, and at least 50 to 80 people chased me and tried to kill me, beat me at least. And I got onto a bus quickly, and I begged the bus driver to take me at least one block so I could get away, and he didn't. He opened up the damn door, and they all chased me for another block. But I wasn't alone. I had a friend that was beside me, and this girl says, "Get that fag," and he was running with them, and he hit her so hard, knocked her teeth right out. So, because she's probably gone now too, she'd be 90 now. But that's not the way to do it. Violence, violence doesn't help. You know, begets violence. Begets. It doesn't help. But consequences we have, and we have laws. And you charge an adult with sexual assaults and rape and everything else. Well, these kids are raping these children. Yes, they are. They're beating them and they're raping them. And they're kids themselves in your neighborhood. That's right. And they're taking them into empty dwellings. I've said this so many times on other videos too, but they are, or in an alley, or places that they can get away with doing it, and they're trying to force them to sexual acts. And if they don't do it, they get beat up. And if they give in, they get beat up. And everybody in the neighborhood comes along and beats them up too because they hear about it. So, you know, it's just one thing after the other. Well, what can you do, Elena? Go ahead and ask me. What can you do, Elena? You can let that child know that certain people are vicious, and there's nice people and bad people. Well, they grow it up at 4.5. And tell them, if anyone tells you to do anything to them in a sexual nature, you have to teach them what sexual nature is, or anybody touches you inappropriately, gotta teach them what inappropriately means. You come to me at any hour, day or night. You let me know what's going on, and you have to do something about it. You can't just say, "Oh, that's terrible. What are we gonna do?" You need to get up off your toes and pick yourself up and go to that parent's house and with the police and say, "My son," make a complaint, "my son or my daughter was sexually assaulted." And you need to charge them. Now, if you happen to know the parents and you want to talk to them about their son or daughter, yes, the daughters too, they're doing it to the girls in the neighborhood, and sometimes the poor little feminine boys, they're doing it to them, the girls. Yes. So you need to do